Howdy folks, this is a camper that I'm storing at my place. It belongs to some family of mine. It's I already winterized it for the most part. I'm still working on like getting all the food and their cleaning supplies out of here and put in a box and moved into the house where it's gonna stay, where it's not gonna freeze is the important thing. So beginning with here, you're gonna want to have all your tanks empty. Your black tank, your gray tank, and your, okay, let's rephrase that. Your black tank, if so equipped. Not all RV campers have a bathroom like this one does. So if it's your, hey look, it's me in the mirror. Anyway, your black tank has to be completely drained, and then you put your chemical in it, just the recommended amount. Your gray tank, completely drain that. And your freshwater tank, there should be a valve on the bottom of the tank. You open up that valve and you drain all the water out of it. Then what you do is, once you got all that taken care of and you got it home or wherever you're storing it, then you go to wherever your pump is. This pump happens to be underneath the sink, and of course there's some bad lighting here. I'll grab my camera phone here. Well, my phone in general. So anyways, down here is your pump. See if I can get my, okay. Yes, I can. So down here is your pump, and it's got this little valve. So right now, I believe this valve is set. Right now the valve is set for using the pump for pumping out of your gray tank or your freshwater tank. And if so equipped, you'll have a hose like this, and it attaches to that little fitting there. You flip your pump over like that, so it's pulling from your line here. This line goes into your antifreeze bottles. This particular, it's a Dutchman 20-foot, whatever, I don't know. I used 4 gallons of antifreeze. I'll flip that back. But anyway, what you do is okay. Before you do this, you want to drain your hot water heater. Trust me, you want to drain that first. See if I can shut off my light here. Alright, so you're going to drain your hot water heater. There's going to be a pressure pop off and a drain on the back. I'll have a picture to demonstrate that. So you're going to drain that completely. After you drain that completely, you'll come in here and you'll set this up with your antifreeze bottles. You'll put it into one bottle. This should take about a gallon. What you'll do, maybe a gallon and a half, depending on your RV. It could even take up to like 3 gallons. Depends on your camper. So what you'll do is you'll turn on your handy dandy pump, which would be on this camper right here, and you'll take and you go from your farthest away faucet from the pump. So you'll come over here into your bathroom, and your sink, which in this particular one is your farthest away one. You'll open up your hot side until you get that pink fluid coming out. Pink like it is in the bottle. You want it pink like it is in the bottle. So then you'll shut that off. Then you come over here to your hot water in your shower, and you turn that one on until you get the pink. Shut it off. Then you come over here to your sink, which is the closest one to the pump. Turn on your hot water. You let it go pink. Okay, then you shut that. So now, what you do is you go over, and wherever your hot water heater is, there's 3 valves. And it probably won't be by the drain. So you'll have to go in, like in this particular model camper, you can't get at it through the closet, but there's a hole on the other side of the camper. that you open up for storage. And inside there's 3 valves. 2 valves are on the hot water heater, and I'll show you a picture of that. And 1 valve opens up a bypass. And then, so you open up that bypass. Then you come back in here, and you can take and go to your farthest away valve, and you run a little bit more. If there's any clear fluid, it'll run it out. And then you, of course, you get the pink, of course, and then you're done there. And you'll do that for each valve again. Then, what you do is you go around to, like, your stool here, your farthest away. You'll take your stool and you run the water in there until you get that solid pink, of course. Then you can dump that antifreeze right down into the toilet. But just a little bit. And that water mix, just okay. So then you come over to your sink and you run your cold until you get the pink. Then you go to your shower and you get the cold and the pink. And this is on this particular Dutchman model. Whichever is your farthest away faucet is the one you start with. Or stool or whatever it is when you're on the cold or the hot. You always go to the farthest away first. So then you come over here to your sink and you do the same thing over again and you get all the way to the pink. So then, once you've done that, you've gotten all your faucets, unless you have an outdoor shower. Then you have to do the same for your outdoor shower. And depending on where that is in your plumbing circuit, is in which order you do it. If it's your farthest away or in the middle or your closest to your pump, is depending on how that would be. So then once you got all those done, then you take whatever you have left over. You should have about a gallon left over if you've done this right. Then you take and you dump a little bit in each drain to get it into the trap of the drain. And then you do your shower and you also do your sink here. Important, if you use your shower, that you get that antifreeze in the hose too when you're doing that. So then you should, depending on how many traps you have to fill, I had about 1/3 of a gallon left. So I took it and I dumped it right in the stool. And I dumped most of it down into the black tank. Now by running all of this, it also adds the antifreeze into your gray tank, which protects that. So, some things to recap here. Always start with your farthest away drain. Or you always start with your farthest away water source, whether it be your stool or a sink or a shower. You always start with that one first, and you always start with the hot side. Once you're done with the hot side, you close the valves and you open the bypass valve. Then you do your cold side. Once you're done with your cold side, you use the remaining antifreeze in your drain traps, like in here, and the shower, that sink, and then whatever's left goes into the stool, into the black tank. Hopefully you have about 1/3 to a half a gallon to dump in there to help protect that. Now, something to remember when you're doing this is leave the valve shut on the hot water heater. On the intake and the outtake of the hot water. Leave those shut and leave the bypass open. So then, when spring comes, you reverse this process. You run through the bypass and you get fresh water and you get it all cleaned out. Then you open your hot water tank and you run all that out of it. Got to get all of this antifreeze out. It's important to do that. And then you should be good to go. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. That's a quick how to winterize your camper.